So today we're going to look at what are the best money transfer apps out there. Now there's a ton of different apps out there that you can utilize to transfer money back and forth to friends and family members, but which ones are the best? And honestly, the quickest answer to this is going to be Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle. So let me go ahead and break these down just a little bit so you can figure out maybe out of these ones, which one is going to be the best one for you. Now, if we start off with the most popular one people most likely know is going to be with Venmo. Venmo is actually owned by PayPal. PayPal is a large company, so you can feel very comfortable in knowing that your money is going to be secure with them. Now, of course, with Venmo, it is going to be one of the most popular ones that is downloaded, although Cash App is getting up there when it comes to popularity and about the same amount of users with both services. Now, Venmo is really cool because it does let you connect a bank account or a card or a debit card or even a credit card, but keep in mind credit cards do attach fees to them, and you can send that money to friends or family pretty much almost instantaneously. Now, in order for people to withdraw that money, they can either one, pull it to their bank accounts, which can take a couple of days, or if they have a debit card with Venmo, because they do offer that now, they can spend that money pretty much right away. So it gives them a lot of flexibility in how to utilize the money the way they want once you have sent it to them. Now, opportunities, obviously, there are different opportunities that can run the service a little bit better, such as withdrawing your money to your bank. Although it does say 2 to 3 business days, most of the time I've seen it from anywhere from 1 to 2 business days when it comes to transferring money back. So it's not too big of a hassle having that money coming back, but keeping that in mind. They do also have an option where you can have it go quickly back to your bank account if you wanted to for a little bit of a fee. Sometimes I feel like the fee might be a little too high, but of course that is up to each person individually. So with Venmo, you have the opportunity to search for people either based off of the contacts that you have on your phone. You can look for their username, you can type in their phone number or their email address that they have with Venmo to be able to find their contact and send their money. One nice thing you can do too is you can have them request money from you if you want to be a little bit extra sure that that's the person you're sending the money to. Now, we talked a little bit about Cash App earlier, and honestly, it's very similar to how Venmo functions as well. You're actually going to be backed by Square this time with Cash App. So if you, again, you want a company that's large on the back end of these services, you have that with them as well. So with Cash App, you're going to have, again, very similar contact ways to, make sure you're sending money. You can look by the contacts you have on your phone. You can actually look based off of the cash tag, which is their username. You can look based off of phone number or even email as well. Again, you can have them request the money if you wanted to instead. And when you send money to them, it takes usually just a couple of moments. And then with that money in the account, they can either withdraw it back to their bank, or if they have a Cash App debit card, they can go ahead and spend that money right away. So very quick way for people to utilize the money. Now, both of these have zero cost to them as well as the last one that we're going to talk about here today. So when it comes to sending this money to people or requesting this money, there is absolutely no cost associated with that. The only cost as of right now when it comes to having this money in your accounts, or once that person has the money in their account, is if they wanted to do a quick withdrawal back to their bank, that's the only time there's a fee, but they do have the free option if you want to wait a couple extra days. Now, the last one on this list is going to be with Zelle. Zelle is actually connected with major banks. So this one is not going to have a single entity. It's essentially a combination of a bunch of different banks working together. So not every bank's going to have the Zelle option, but most of them are going to, especially the larger banks like Wells Fargo or Chase are going to have these options for you. Now, Zelle is actually one of my favorites because it's so quick and easy to transfer from one person to another on the main bank account. So you don't have to send it to a third-party app to then withdraw it to your regular bank. This can go from one bank to another as long as both have Zelle. Now, as far as transferring, it's very quick and easy. Anything above a certain amount, like $1,500 or so, give or take, I believe is going to take a little bit of extra time just because it is larger dollar amounts. But the typical things that people send to each other, like $100 or $50 here or there, is going to be quick and relatively easy. Now, the thing with Zelle, when it comes to sending money back and forth, it is going to be based off the email or the phone number that the person has on file with their bank that is also connected to their Zelle account. Now, it feels a little less like certified when it comes to sending money through Zelle than when it is to Cash App or through Venmo, just because with those two other options, you usually have like a photo that you can attach and it makes it easier and more comfortable. Where with Zelle, the only thing it's going to do once you plug in the person's phone number and the amount you want to send is just going to confirm the person's name that's on the account. So just be very cautious when it comes to sending money through any of the services, but with Zelle, you just want to be a little extra cautious. I've never run into issues after using it for several years actually, but it's just something you want to be cautious with. A lot of the banks do have a request feature, so if you want to request the money from the person or have the person request from you, you can go ahead and do it that path as well too. So that way you for sure are sending it to the right person. Now, as far as which one of these is going to be the best one, honestly, they all have their pros and cons. Most of them honestly are going to be pretty much similar across the board. I personally like having options for all of them in case the person I want to send money to or receive money from has only one of the options, because it's very easy to create an account, doesn't take a lot of time. I'll actually link up the accounts in the show notes down below if you want to go ahead and sign up. Most of them do have a sign up bonus. Zelle, again, is just through your bank, so there won't be any sign up process through here, but you can just do it directly from your bank. That does help support out the channel, but it also does give me the chance to give you more free content just like this. And if you want to watch more of this free content, I actually want you to check out my next video right over here to keep on learning about these services. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in the next video.